Hello and welcome back to Green Pips Effects. And on today's video, we're going to be talking about market structure. Now, before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn that bell button on for notifications. So when we post daily content like this, you can instantly get access to it. Now, let's get into it. So currently, I'm just sitting on the pound USD chart on the daily time frame, and this is actually the chart that I will be using later on to show you how market structure works and how it can easily be analyzed. Now, first and foremost, we need to know the types of structure. So there are two main types of structure. We have the type 1, which is external structure, and type 2, which is internal structure. Now, when we talk about external, have market structure pushing like this, right? So let's just say this is our bullish trend. And there we have it. Now within this bullish trend, right? So let's say this is the bullish trend on the pound USD chart on a daily time frame. Now we can just put this on a different color, right? So okay, so the black is going to be for the daily, and then we're going to have another one for the internal structure, right? So let's zoom in a little bit. Now when pound USD chart, like when the market is moving on a daily time frame, right? So that's a very high time frame, and when it's in a bullish motion, right, it's gonna make high highs and high lows, right? It's gonna break again and form high highs and higher lows, right? It's gonna break again and form high highs and higher lows. Now within this breaks, right, price moves in a manner that we normally like to call it in a fractal nature, right? So this is external structure being pushed bullish by the buyers, of course. Now within this structure, we're gonna have another form of structure, which we call it internal structure. Now internal structure can be presented in both the higher time frame, but as well as the lower time frame, right? Because when price is pushing, when price is making this bullish leg in the higher time frame, it means that in the lower time frame, price will definitely be doing something like this, right? A bullish trend up until this area, when it's gonna fail and starts re-breaking bearish, right, to make the pullback. So this is what we call internal structure, and this is a very important concept to understand, because when it comes to market structure, it's all about what we call a multi-time frame analysis, right? So this is a kind of analysis that allows you to understand both the external structure as well as the internal points of structure. So that this is a very huge advantage to any type of trader, right? So let's get back into it. Now, when the pullback is complete, we will have a change of character from this internal price action. We will have a change of character to the top side, which means that price is going to stop making lower lows and lower highs and align with the high time frame structure and start making high highs and higher lows, just like this, right? Up until this area here, when the high is now formed, right, price has already formed a high in the external structure, which means the higher time frame structure. Then price is gonna make another rebreak like this and start going short, right, within the internal structure, which means the lower time frame structure. And then at this point, when price makes the lower low and completes the pullback of this external structure, price is going to reshift bullish again in that lower time frame and start creating a series of high highs and high lows up until this area here, when price makes the high of the external structure, and then price is going to keep doing the same thing over and over again, but in a fractal manner, right? Price doesn't move in waves that are simply understandable, right? If that was the case, then everybody would have been a trader. It's as simple as that. But price moves in a fractal manner. That's why most of the people get stuck on the wrong side of the market. Now, just to explain a simple concept of this, so I'm gonna change the color of this and put it like red, like, yeah, red. So we have black for the external structure. Right now we can see that these are our external swing points, right? So price has a low, comes up, creates a high, right? Comes down, creates a low high, a higher low, sorry, comes up, creates a higher low, higher low, higher low, higher high. that is in the context of the external structure, as we took an example that this assuming that this black structural movement is the pound USD on the daily chart. But when we move into the lower time frames, right, example the hourly time frame or the 30 minutes or the 15-minute time frame, then you will find something like this, right? So you'll find structure moving in this point, in this such manner, right? So price is going to be moving in a series of higher highs and higher lows, and then at some point price will have a change of character like this to the downside. When the external structure high has been placed, price is going to re-break bearish for the pullback phase of the higher time frame structure move, right? So at this point you will have a change of character in these lower time frames to show you that price is now making a pullback in the higher time frame. And once that pullback is done, you will have another changes of character to the top side for price to realign with the now external structure to go bullish and place that overall external structural high. So this is a very, like I said before, this is a very important concept to understand. Now, with that being said, let's go into the actual live charts and see how this is presented. Okay, so I'm just looking to clear these. Boom. Right, so now let's actually go to the pound USD chart on the daily time frame and see how price works on the daily time frame and how price works within the lower time frames like the hourly time frame. Now, as you can see, if we zoom in out a little bit, you can see that we're in a context of a very bullish market, right? So ever since these breaks here, right? So I'm just gonna put this back. Yeah, there we have it. So ever since these breaks here, we've been very bullish on price. Now price just created a high here, right? So you can just take it as this high right here. This high, price comes down, creates this low, price comes up, you know, a break of structure, creates a high, creates this low here. However, it just goes a little beyond this low here. This is what I'd like to call an absorption or a reaccumulation schematic, but you know, we're going to talk about this within you know the later minutes of this video. So this is basically just a move to absorb liquidity and then trigger the up push, you know, just to induce dumb traders into thinking that that this is a change of character, and you know, most of dumb traders going to be looking for sells here. But now, as you can see, price just goes through it, right? So yeah, like I said before, it's just simple inducement move by smart money. Now, as you can see, once price places this low here, right? So we can, I believe if I can just use the highlighter, I believe it will be more effective in this aspect. So there we have it. So we had a high, right, a low, a high, right, a higher low, right, in the case of absorption, and then price now creates this internal high, right, which breaks these highs here. Now, as you can see, price breaks down and then starts to re-break back bullish once again, right? So this is what we call a reaccumulation schematic. However, I believe I will just prepare a video on its own to explain how this concept works, and you know, how you can easily understand and master it and use it actually as your trading arsenal. So with that being said, so price comes in, breaks once again, breaks bullish, creates this right here as a high. Price comes down, creates this as its higher low from this area of demand, of course. We can just clear that. We're not, you know, in this video we're just going to be focused mainly about structure. However, I will create other videos to explain about order blocks and these reaccumulation and redistribution schematics, as well as other things as we go on. So price creates this high, comes in, creates a higher low, and then breaks, oops, sorry. So there, right? So we have another break of structure and price puts in a high. Now, from that high, right? So just by a simple analysis, right? So this is the low that's holding this high, right? So we're anticipating that price will make a pullback on its way back down into an area of demand, in this case, since it's a bullish trend. And once that area of demand has been mitigated, then from there, price can now make a bullish push towards the top side and clear out this high, since it's our next liquidity run. Now, from that aspect, now let's dive deeper into here and see how market structure works. So at this point, at this point in time, we already have our external price outlook, right? So we had a low, we had a high, we had a lower high, a higher high, a higher low, right? A higher high. So what we're expecting is a higher low to be put into place and then a higher high to follow after that. So this is our external price outlook. Now let's go into the lower time frame and see how price moved in this area. Right now, as I said before, so we have our swing points, right? So we have this red line as our swing points, right, from each high to each low in the higher time frame. But when we come into this price action in here, right, you can see that price is now moving in different waves, right? So I just want to change the color of this into black. There we have it, right? So from this point in time, we now have what we have. Sorry, so I'm just gonna change this there, right? I just want it to be a little smaller. So at this point in time, we have a low, a high, right? Higher, a low, high, sorry, higher low, right? High, high, higher low, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high right here, high low, high high, and then we had a change of character, right? So this is what I was talking about, right? So in the higher time frame, we have all this move as just a single price leg, right? A single bullish price leg. But when we come into this internal price action, right? So this red line indicates our external market structure. But when we come into the lower time frame, right, we now have this black line as an indication of our internal price action, right, or internal market structure. Now, as you can see, in the internal market structure, there are a series of high highs and higher lows being put into place just to form a single bullish leg in the higher time frame. Now, at this point in time, we now have a change of character, and price now begins to break bearish. Right, price begins to break bearish with a series of lower lows and lower highs, right? Lower low, lower high. And just pull this a little bit here, right? There we have it. So another lower low here, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? So now you can see that this red line, as I said before, it indicates our external market structure. Now, this is just a single, this whole red line move is just a single pullback, right? But within that pullback, when we come into the internal market structure on a lower time frame, we now have a series, we now have a change of character from the previous bullish trend, and now we have a series of lower lows and lower highs being put into place up until this area here when the pullback ends, and then price now starts to break bullish, right? So we have now a change of character to the top side, and then price starts to form a series and a brand new series of high highs and high lows, right? High high, higher low, high high, higher low, right? And then a break here, right? There, high high, higher low, high high. So let's end it there, and then we can pull this there, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? So we can just take this right here as our high. Yep, we can just take this as a high, and then price puts in a higher low, a high high, and then price re-breaks back bearish with a change of character, and then price begins to put in a new series of lower lows and lower highs, right? Lower low, lower high, a break here, a lower low, lower high, lower low, right? Now, just as you can see, price is now, like we have we have single swing points, right? We have a swing point from the high time frame, from this low to this high, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. But within this external market structure, we have a different wave of price movements in there. We have a series of a bullish trend. We have multiple bullish and bearish trends being put into place in this area. Now, price finishes its pullback, and then we are now back to a change of character to the top side, and price now continues to put into place a new series of high highs and higher lows, right? High high, higher low, high high, higher low, high high, right? So this is how market structure works, right? So if we just real quick like jump into where we are right now, we can see that price begins to, price breaks here, forms a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then price. Now notice how price moves fractally, right? Now, like I said before, that price doesn't move in waves. If price just, if every time that price just changed its character and, made a low and people bought from that low and, made money all the way, then that wouldn't actually be, economics or simply trading, right? That would simply be just a Ponzi scheme where people can just easily make money. But price moves in a fractal manner, right? Now, if we come and, just take a real good look at this area here, we can see that price after the creation of these lows here, price changed its character right here and started moving bullish. But however, that bullish trend failed. Why? Because price wasn't ready yet to, to make that bullish push, because our area of demand or our bullish order block at that moment in time was still not yet mitigated. Right now, as you can see, we have this area here as our bullish order block or our area of demand. It was still not yet mitigated. However, price still made a change of character right here. Now this is what, like I said before, this is what I call a reaccumulation or redistribution structure. Now, however, since this is a bearish trend, then this is a redistribution structure. When price makes an attempt to go bullish and then instantly fails, and then, instantly switches back to bearish, right? Now, just like you can see, price changes character here, and then started to put this series of high highs and high lows. And then when price failed, right, it didn't just break this low here, it broke all the way back down here at the original low, right? It broke all the way back down to the original low to make it another break bearish, right, and continue now with the bearish trend. However, price just placed a low high, right, break here, low low, low high, break here, lower low, lower high, break here, lower low, right? And then at this point here, price had now tapped into our area of demand, and price from that moment was now ready to go back to go back bullish, right? And just real quick, so from this low here, from this high to this low, right? So this is the range that, we were currently sitting on. Price just made this this change of character right here, so we can just name that as a change of character. So price makes that change of character to the top side. However, at that moment in time, we have this low here, which is holding this high right here. With that being said, if we apply the concept of premium and discount levels, so we can just put in our fib right here. So as you're always taught, you want to buy at the discount zone, which is from this 50% area down below, right? So this is the area that you want to be a buyer from, and this is the area that you want to be a seller from. Now, since this is a bullish trend and we're looking to be buyers, then we can just real quick, so I can just take this guy out. So at this moment in time, we had pretty much two areas to be buyers from. So first one was this area here, and second one was this area here, right? So these were the two areas that, at the community we were very bullish from. But however, this so I can just go on and hide this. You can just hide that. And so when we come into the actual sense of supply and demand and the actual criteria for the perfect order block, this area down here is what made sense the most. Why? Because so let's just take this area out. Okay, so why? It's simply because firstly, this is an actual order block that has not yet been mitigated. Secondly, we still have imbalances here that need to be filled, and thirdly, there's liquidity above that that order block. Right now, as you can see, we simply have equal lows right here, which have been perfectly set up as a form of liquidity. And of course, our next anticipation was price was basically just going to come down here, grab this liquidity down here, mitigate this area of imbalance as well as order block in itself, and then push bullish and finally take out that high, right? So basically this is our anticipation right now. And as you can see, price has already come into this area here. Price has taken out these lows. Price has filled this imbalance here and mitigated this area of demand or our bullish order block. And from there, we're simply applying the concept of reaccumulation, in which price is now beginning to break bullish, right? So our next expectation is for price to come down here, probably into these areas here, and then break bullish, right? Break bullish once again, and then finally take out this high right here. This high right here, right? As you can see, we still have a high that hasn't been taken out, which would mean as a break of structure. So according to the Dow theory, so once this is complete, so this is our anticipation for the upcoming week, and once this is complete, we'll now have confirmation according to the Dow theory of structure, because we'll finally have a change of character and a break of structure to the top side, which means a complete reversal of price. And of course, we're going to be targeting these overall highs here from the daily time frame, which is simply about 450 pips to the top side. So with that being said, guys, this marks the end of our video on market structure. If you did like the video, then don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't, turn that bell button on for notifications. And until the next one, guys, stay safe, have a nice trading.